Hello and welcome back to WK Stars Basketball Weekly. I am Dan Sheppard once again, and with me as always is the coach of the Stars, Coach Mike Chumbler. Coach, glad to have you back.
Thanks, glad to be here.
All right, honestly, really?
Not today, really. No, it's been a rough week.
It has been a rough week, especially off the, goodness, you play the best game that I've seen you guys play all year, maybe in the last few years.
Right.
And you come off this huge high, and I don't know, we've headed downhill since then.
Yeah, we went from a huge high to a real low right now. Mm-hmm. And we have to bounce back. We played great against Shawnee in the last two games. I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Right. And how are you guys going to bounce back from these last two games that you played? Because you've got the schedule is certainly not getting any easier with Thursday night, tomorrow night's game. If you're watching this,
we're at a brutal part of our schedule right now, and usually I would like to take today and go easy before tomorrow. But we just can't do that. Today we'll have a full practice today. It'll be like a summer practice today, because we have to improve our mental and physical toughness. It's just not there right now, and we're going to work on it today.
All right, Coach. We're going to talk about these games. The first game that we got coming up is an awesome and beautiful game to watch against Shawnee's Saints. That game. Tell us about that game.
Well, we were beat. We were beat, and so many things had to go right for us to win that. We were down by 10, I think, with 4 minutes to go. We were down by 5 with 30 seconds to go. And so many things had to go right, and they just did. Now, to our kids' credit, they really kept plugging. They did everything we asked.
They sure did. We're going to talk about that Shawnee game when we come back. You are watching WK Stars Basketball Weekly. Hello and welcome back to West Kentucky Stars Basketball Weekly. I'm Dan Sheppard again with Coach Chumbler. And Coach, this first game we're going to talk about, it was one heck of a game.
It was a great game. It was a great game for a coach, a player, and it would be a great game for a fan to watch.
Oh, absolutely. One of the best games I've seen in a while. The Saints, they come over here, not a long trip from Shawnee, and they had a few fans of their own they brought.
They did, and you know, I've got a personal relationship with several of those fans, and they were great. I was glad to see a lot of them.
And it really was an emotional game for you too, Coach. I know,
very much so.
I know Cam played over there for a semester and then came over here last year, and it was a tough win on many fronts for you.
Right.
There's Pablo running the floor and throwing it down.
It was a good lead pass by DJ too. DJ kind of set that up.
There's Kimbler with a good pump fake and then still able to shoot the three-point shot.
Great pass by Pablo right there.
You'd like to say, Andy, I think he was thinking dunk before he caught that ball there.
Probably so, but I want him thinking dunk. That's what we have to get back to rebounding the basketball. We're not rebounding right now.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, Shawnee, they were bigger than you guys at every position, and I mean, y'all pretty well held your own. And the size advantage, what didn't really hurt you guys here?
I was looking at the stats today, and Shawnee averages 54 rebounds a game through 3 games, and we held them to 38 or something like that. So we rebounded well against them. The last 2 games are a complete different story.
Right.
Good pass by Kimbler, good finish by Kudo.
You guys really jumped out on them pretty good in this game. Had a pretty sizable lead here in the first. Well, actually, the very first they jumped out, and then you guys jumped out. It was just back and forth the whole game.
Right.
High off the glass there by.
He didn't call that.
Okay. I
He didn't call
I
it.
didn't think so.
But we'll take it. He did a good job of leading the break. Good finish.
When that guy there is open, it's pretty much going through the net.
Yeah, and that opens up everything else. A good drive by Ant. We had a 16-point lead.
Yeah, you guys had a pretty big lead at halftime, 50-39, and it seems like everything's going your way at this point. And Shawnee makes a little bit of a run right here at the beginning of the half.
Right. And we knew they would, and we just had to weather the storm. And we didn't weather it quite as well as I wished we would. That was a big shot right there.
Right.
And if you watch, right here, we're actually running the offense.
That's good.
We've gotten away from that.
Right. Good penetration there and kicks it out.
Yeah, that's what we need. Yeah, it's a good lead pass by DJ again.
What I saw in this game is something you have a luxury of, is that you don't have any star players out here, but you've got 10 pretty good players, and maybe that can hurt you and help you at times, because you may not know necessarily who's going to be the best player that night. But so many of them stepped up for this game.
They did this game, and then none of them did for the next 2 games. Not a one, I was going to tell you.
We haven't got to those games yet, Coach.
I can't get past those 2. Sorry. This was a great win. That was a huge shot at a big time right there.
I think you had, goodness, I know Pablo got in foul trouble here, and you had several people in foul trouble, but you guys just found a way to win in this game.
They did, but also a lot of things had to go our way. But they did. They just kept plugging. Great pass.
It's 27 seconds here. Goodness, you guys were down. And honestly, I'm thinking, oh man, I've got to talk. I mean, you guys played so well this game, and I thought when I was sitting here today, I was going to be talking about a loss, honestly. And you guys found a way to win.
Yeah, and that was great. They're playing with intensity and heart right there. Great job by DJ just to keep it alive.
Kilder gets fouled here. You're down 3. You got to like your chances with him going to the line. He misses one of the 3, so you're down 1 here, and you have to foul. There's 5 seconds.
He tried to
left.
miss the 3rd one.
Yeah, I thought he did. And then no, you just have it laid in your lap right here. Honestly, a chance to win this game now because this lane violation right here.
We were out of timeouts. We couldn't set anything up.
So the fans are getting on their feet here.
That's just a huge shot.
And that's how it ended. That was one of the most, honestly, one of the most amazing last couple minutes of a ball game that I have ever seen, maybe.
Right.
It was really something to watch. You're going to get another look at it. And that thing just barely even hit the net. It was like just hit the bottom of the net.
I thought it was an air ball. I'm not gonna lie. When he let it go, I'm like, geez, he didn't hit the rim.
Oh man, was it a emotional win for you guys?
It's a big moment for those guys, you know, because Cam was close to Kevin, and you know these guys have never beaten Shawnee,
Right.
and that's a huge win. There was a good moment. Their best player, McGoey, over there hugging my mother. After
Oh
the
yeah,
game.
yeah, I saw that. I saw that. So you guys pull that one out, Coach. A great win, one of the best wins for this program ever
Right.
since it's been reinstated, and then
We laid a couple eggs.
we laid a couple.
Laid a couple of big eggs. We went from way up here to
Right.
way down here.
Right. Oh goodness, Coach. Unfortunately we have to talk about those eggs when we come back. You are watching WK Stars Basketball Weekly. Hello and welcome back once again to WK Stars Basketball Weekly. I'm here once again with Coach of the Stars, Mike Chumbler. Coach, again, it just did not get any easier this way. You come in off that huge high and go up to Kaskaskia, which is pretty good trip. It's a good place to play, I guess.
Yeah,
Well,
but
at
no
least for
excuse.
at least for one side.
Right. We sat there and we talked in the locker room about let's not make the same mistake we did at Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not come out flat. Let's come out with intensity and let's get going. And I'll be dang if we didn't come out just flat. I mean, there's no excuse for it.
Right. Yeah, it was one of the worst games, honestly, that you've played this year. Here's the highlights, Coach.
When we stopped watching the film, right there, that sums up the game right there.
Right.
We
The
stopped
next
watching
two.
the film with 4 minutes to go. We had missed 19 3-foot shots.
Mm-hmm.
And then we shot 11 for 20 from the free throw line, 55%.
A lot of that right there is going on too. Pablo with that fadeaway shot there, just not taking a lot of good shots.
No.
And it seems like it's like every man for themselves out there. It's like I'm watching 5 one-on-one games.
Our offense is based on attacking and spacing. And when we watched the film the other day, we're not running any offense.
Mm-hmm.
The players just going where they want to go. And
It seems like there's a lot of attacking going on, but nobody else is really moving away from the ball.
look, see that spacing. Lawrence catches the ball, and there's two other guys in the paint with him.
Right.
And when I bring that up at practice, we've got 3 guys making excuses. We're full of excuses right now.
Good steal there by Pablo, able to
That's
get a layup.
one of the 2 times we've had a player get on the floor in the last 2 games, probably. I mean, they're not getting on the floor. Nobody's running the floor. Look,
Right,
nobody's running. It's no effort.
right. And these are the highlights.
Right, right. and what it honestly looks like the difference between a D1 junior college team and a club team. Players that are playing hungry,
Right.
and players that are just playing to get 2 years over with.
You're down 13 here at halftime, and I think they extended it up to as much as 20 in this game. But when you look at Kaskaskia, I mean, they are certainly not, if they're any better than Shawnee, they're not much better.
They're not as good as Shawnee or Southeastern. Not as good as either one.
Right. But we made them look really good here.
Oh, we made a couple of them look real, real good. We made the guards look like Mitch Richmond. They were just doing their own thing right there. There's no offense. We scored,
Right.
but it's still no offense there.
Right.
Players just getting out. That's great by Lawrence.
Which I thought, when I looked at it several times, I thought that might have still been on the rim. Maybe it came off.
Oh, it was on the rim, no doubt. But it's like we tell him, just go get it. And if it's offensive, if it's goaltending, it's goaltending. But go get it. I was scared Pablo wasn't going to grab the ball here.
And then he looked like he didn't know where to throw it to once he grabbed it.
See, that's a good shot by Ant, and I'm glad we scored, but we're still not running any offense.
81-66 final score.
I'm surprised it was that close.
Yeah, I mean, it looked really bad at times.
It felt really bad at times. We can only give them a system. I had a player ask me when we were watching the film, Coach, we need another offense. We need another offense. This one ain't working. I'm like, how we know? We're not running it. We ain't run anything, and we have to run the offense.
Yeah.
And we may have to slow things down a little bit.
Right.
I try to give them freedom, but if it doesn't work, we have to slow it down.
Right. You may have to slow it down, go back to the fundamentals, get these guys back into it mentally and physically.
Right.
I know you're going to get them in physically today, but maybe mentally too.
We're going to test both toughnesses today, mental and physical. So.
All right, Coach, that's the Kaskaskia game. Now we've unfortunately got to talk about the Dyersburg game, and we will do that when we come back. You're watching WK Stars Basketball Weekly. Welcome back to WK Stars Basketball Weekly. I am Dan Sheppard, and with me one more segment is the coach of the Stars, Mike Chumbler. Coach, you went down to Dyersburg, and it didn't get any prettier.
No, it didn't. And we gave the same speech in the locker room before. Let's not come out flat. Let's add shell drill and try to get something going before the game. And it was the same thing. They're just kind of going through the motions and.
So, and even with just going through the motions, somehow you were able to start off this game with an 11-2 run. And,
right.
And looking at the video, it should have been a 20-2 run because there was several missed layups and missed opportunities.
Missed twos again, the same thing.
And the entire game was full of the missed easy 2-point shots that should have been in
But
there.
we're not running the floor. I mean, look, Jake's just getting up there. We're not running the floor. If we're going to play fast, we have to have 5 running. Pablo stopped. Andy just got there. Pablo's already taken off towards the other end. Good shot.
That was a good shot. Right here, Andy has got to make the defense come to him on that break. That's just pretty simple basketball.
He has
gotta
to
make
do
the
that, or
defense
he has
stop
to give
him.
it up quick. I'm still not real big on Andy handling the ball on that break.
No.
But if he's going to, you're exactly right. He's got to make him come to him. Andy's got to work on his hands too. His hands haven't been very good the past 2 games.
Right. And there's what you want that guy doing right there.
That's what he can do. See, Pablo's just getting down the floor. We're not running the floor. That was a good pass.
Great pass.
See, we're not grabbing the ball. Good job. Good save by Jake. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, there's somebody still not in the picture.
Yeah, you're right.
Good shot by Zach. But there's nothing coming in the offense. We ran it a little better last night. Now, I want to see him do that more. Kevin's got to be more aggressive.
Right. I noticed Jake here doesn't have that brace that he had been wearing on his elbow. What's
He had an infection on his arm, and it's finally starting to heal up a little bit.
okay? Well, that's to me it seems like that would mess up your shooting a little bit when you have to wear something like that on your shooter's elbow.
That's a great move by Zach.
It is a good move.
But they fed him finally. I mean, I'd like to see us feed the post a little bit more.
And he posted up well, had his man right where he wanted, right underneath the basket. A lot of baseball passes in this game.
A whole lot. And that's from us not blocking out and just taking off. And if we get it, that's great. If we don't,
Right.
it's offensive rebound.
Seemed like more often than not you weren't getting it.
Yeah, that's
The game,
exactly
the
right.
game somehow is tied up at 43 here at halftime, though.
But look,
Yeah,
again,
Pablo.
and I'm not picking on Pablo. Pablo's a great player, but he's not running the floor. But he's not the only one. I mean,
No.
we've got 10 that aren't running the floor. See, well, we may score, but that's not our offense. I really don't know what that is. 4 in the paint.
Right. Not any spacing that's going on, that's
none.
for sure.
And everything we do is based on space.
Sure. When everybody's clumped up together right there in the lane, one person can guard 4 people down there.
We don't have that 6'5" bull that can take it off the dribble to the hole. We don't have
Right.
that. We've got to have some spacing.
The tough shot.
There's
right
still
there.
somebody not in that picture. 4 players get across half, and one's not making it across half.
That was one of the best moves of the game, I thought, right there, that little spin move.
That's a shot I'd rather see him take than that little fall away.
Yeah, it's such a difficult shot when you're fading away from the basket. Good move by Kilder, a little acting job on the other end.
Sure was.
Good strong move to the basket
Yeah,
there.
but look, 3 players. There's still 2 not in that picture.
You're down 2 here at this point in the game, and that's honestly about the closest you guys would get. The lead climbed a little bit for them beyond this, and I don't know, it was like the Shawnee game, y'all had to have everything go your way, and everybody was playing so hard, and these last 2 games, it's just like, it's hard to describe.
Well, I feel like we quit right after that. Right after there, I felt like we quit, and that drives me crazy. that drives me crazy. You can never quit.
All right, yeah, and we're certainly not going to be able to quit tomorrow night. We're going to keep it right here and talk about our games coming up, Coach.
Right.
You got John A. Logan. They're coming in to Hall's Gymnasium tomorrow night, Thursday night. What in the world are they going to throw at you?
They play as fast or faster than we do, with better athletes.
With bigger ones, I'm
Bigger
sure.
ones. Tomas Bruce is 6'7", and he's a freak athlete. He went to Shawnee with Cam, and they dismissed him during the summer, and he ended up at John A. And if we don't find him, he'll embarrass somebody. But they've got another Payne kid, and he's left-handed, and I just watched the film where he drove baseline and he dunked on somebody. And they've got athletes. They're 4-0 for a reason.
Wow. Are they the toughest team you have faced this year?
Yes, no doubt.
Okay,
No
and
doubt.
then after that, it doesn't get any easier. Going to Wabash for the weekend.
I love Coach Potts, but I'd like to talk to him about the schedule right now. Yeah, we've got Wabash this weekend, and we go there and we play Southeastern again right off the bat, and then we play Wabash the next day.
Goodness.
And then after that, we get to go to Three Rivers and play Three Rivers in Northeast Oklahoma. So no rest for the weary.
No rest for the weary. Goodness. No. All right, Coach. I appreciate you being in the hot seat today. Sorry to ask all these tough questions.
The good with the bad you got to use.
That's part of it.
That is.
Thank you guys for watching. You have been watching WK Stars Basketball Weekly.